that so many people come to the table. They think that bankruptcy is the worst possible thing that they could ever do with their lives. Bankruptcy sounds scary, and it sounds like a failure, and it sounds like you've done something wrong. But that's not what bankruptcy is. Bankruptcy, you need to think of bankruptcy as a tool in the toolbox, right? So let's take a step back. I'm a girl. I'm not the most handy individual that you have ever met. I fall into the traditional stereotypes in that regard. I'm stronger than you think. I can do things that people won't think about, but let's be honest, I'm a girl. And if I am faced with the task of clearing out an area for us to build our homestead on, right? I'm not going to be the one who's going to be clearing out land. But I do understand that if I'm going to be clearing out land, right, I am going to probably need some tools in my toolbox that I've never had to use before. And you can think of bankruptcy a lot like a chainsaw. A chainsaw is terrifying. It is a scary, scary tool. But when it comes to taking down trees, only a chainsaw can take down a tree. You are not going to get your butter knife out. You're not going to go get your little file. You're not going to get your little hacksaw, right? That some of, that maybe won't scare me quite as much. We're gonna have to get out the big guns. We're gonna have to get out the big tools. Bankruptcy is the big tool that is necessary when people have gotten into a place where their debt is so overwhelming and there doesn't appear to be a reasonable way to get out of this debt in 3 years or less. Let's go over really what my point of view is. If you have more than $10,000 in general unsecured non-priority debt, credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, that type of thing, and you don't have a plan to pay that debt off by yourself, putting pen to paper, tightening your belt, giving up the Starbucks, taking in the side hustles, doing everything you can with paper and pen and tightening up your budget. If you cannot get out of your unsecured debt in 3 years or less, using your own methods, without borrowing more money, and without using a debt settlement company, then you should be talking to a bankruptcy lawyer. There's a time limit here. You gotta get that chainsaw out and start clearing that land, because the longer you wait, the more time and money you will waste. The longer you sit in your debt, the longer it will take you to ever be clear of it. And you have to get clear of it in order to robustly contribute to your own retirement. You must be clear of your debt in order to live the American dream, in order to start that business, in order to start saving for your kids' college, in order to start building that house, in order to start saving for that business that you want to buy. You can't do any of those things while you're in general unsecured non-priority debt. And minimum payments are not a solution. You can use ChatGPT, plug in all of your balances with all of your interest rates, and it will tell you how many years it's going to take you paying minimum payments. And that assumes you never borrow another dime. It's very important that you understand in bankruptcy, we don't want you to go out and borrow more money. We do not give up alcohol to alcoholics, right? You don't want to be borrowing more money because you're probably going to borrow from a 401k, or you're going to borrow from your home equity line of credit. And why would that be bad? We don't want to borrow from home equity line of credit or 401k or any type of retirement plan for the purpose of paying unsecured non-priority debt like credit cards, medical bills, and personal loans. You don't ever want to take money from your home or your retirement in order to pay those types of debts without first talking to a bankruptcy lawyer. The reason is because those things are probably completely protected from your creditors in your state. Every single state in America, no matter where you live, if you file for bankruptcy, your ERISA qualified retirement plan is 100% protected. 100%. That means you should never borrow from your 401k, deferred comp, 403b, TSOP, ESOP. You should never borrow from those to pay on credit cards, medical bills, or personal loans, ever. And every state is going to have an exemption in the equity in your home. And so until you know what that is and what that means for you in terms of filing for bankruptcy, you should never take from your own home to pay credit cards and medical bills if those things would go away in a bankruptcy and if bankruptcy is the right thing for you. You don't know how this tool works yet. And until you do, you shouldn't say to yourself, I can't use that tool, it's scary and crazy, take it away. That's not how we handle things in life. If you've got to clear that land, you're gonna have to get very comfortable with a chainsaw. And if you have overwhelming debt, you need to stop trying to use a butter knife to take care of your problems. That is the entire point of what we're doing here. Bankruptcy is safe and legal. It is protected by the United States Constitution. And in order to find out what you can and cannot do, you should talk to a local bankruptcy lawyer, one near you who offers free consultations. That is the way that you figure out what some of your options might be. That is what bankruptcy exists for. Keep watching, and we're going to break down the differences between a Chapter 7 bankruptcy and a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Here's a little precursor. You always want to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, if humanly possible. If you do not qualify to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, then and only then should you be looking at a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. A Chapter 7 bankruptcy is the easy one, you get in and get out. A Chapter 13 means you're going to pay money back. And there's several different reasons why you might be in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy over a Chapter 7. The reason you're in a Chapter 13 will determine what your responsibilities will be while you're in it. So stick around, subscribe, follow, like, ask comments. I respond to every single comment that everybody makes. I respond to every single question. If you are a subscriber, you can ask a question via a private message and I'll respond, and I will not disclose your private information publicly if that's what you choose to do. My name is Adrienne Hines. I am a bankruptcy lawyer in Northwest Ohio. I am here to take away the shame and embarrassment from the discussion of debt, and we are going to start an amazing journey here. I hope you all subscribe and like, ask questions, because I am not a gatekeeper and I am ready, willing, and able to tell you everything I know about bankruptcy so that you can help save yourself. I'm telling you, it is a miracle. It can be an actual magic wand for a lot of people. Let's go. Keep watching. Let's do some more.